This is Rob Tebbutt for Boxing Social. Delighted to be joined by the main event, Derek Chisora. No, you're not Derek Chisora. Dave Allen. How you doing, Dave?
All right, mate.
What's that's very reserved for you.
Well, I've had a very excitable last 30 minutes. I'm just trying to calm down. This is take 5. So yeah, we're here in the Intercontinental Hotel.
Now, as I understand it, before we get started, you've got something that you'd like to say. So let's see it. Let's get it out of the way.
Monday, what do you want me to say again?
The best plumbing firm in Yorkshire.
The best plumbing firm in Yorkshire.
Got loads of contractors.
I don't put that on.
Yeah, he's got loads of contractors.
No, don't put that on. Just leave it. Don't put it on. Just show the thing. That's it.
Yeah, just show it, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, Poseidon Plumbing. Shout out Poseidon Plumbing.
Poseidon Plumbing. Top Yorkshire plumbing based company. Got loads of contractors. Shut up, you don't want me to mention what I'm going to mention. Keep your mouth shut.
Right, picking it up. How you doing, Dave? I haven't interviewed you since the Bracamonte fight the day after.
No.
So that's been...
I thought you came to my sister's house.
Was that from... No. So the last time I interviewed you was the Bracamonte fight. That was before then. I'm pretty sure.
6 months for that.
4 or 5 months.
Done podcasting in December though.
Yeah, that's a good point. What have you been up to?
I've been doing much really. I've been training for this fight. 11 weeks on Saturday ago I started. I had a week off. About 8 weeks ago. I didn't do it for a week, but this is the longest best training camp I've ever had. That's what I call it. I wouldn't call it a training camp. Got myself fit. Got myself light. There's nothing really much to say that I haven't already said. I'm fit. I'm ready. I'm as good as I can be for Saturday night, and I'm hopeful it's good enough. I was more confident about this fight 11 weeks ago than I am today, if that makes sense. The closer it gets, realisation hits you about every fight you have that it's going to be hard, because they're all hard. Even if you watch somebody, I've won fights in the first minute, but they're all hard because you've got to go through all the rigmarole of the stress of the pre-fight changing room, the ring walk. Isn't it easy? Boxing's not easy, but the closer you get, the realisation always hits you that, oh my God, I've got to fight soon. But I'm ready though. I feel good because I'm fit, and whatever happens Saturday night, I can get out with my head held high, win, lose or draw. That I've given it my best, and it's my best. So I'm really happy and content at the minute.
Talk to me about the build-up to the fight, because I've been around, quite literally slept in your beds before your two of your last 3 fights. So the Nick Webb fight, the Bracamonte fight, particularly the Nick Webb fight, there was no pressure on you. You were the B side of the card. There was not a lot of expectation on you in that fight, even from yourself. Going into this fight, you've had a proper camp. People, I think I'm correct in saying you're the favourite for this fight.
Yeah.
How has that changed your mindset or changed the way you've approached this fight, if at all?
Well, the bookies' odds and what people think doesn't really affect me. They don't bother me. I know the score. I'm boxing a former holder of a WBO regular title. Call him a heavyweight champion. I do call him a heavyweight world champion. Depends who I'm talking to. I'm trying to impress somebody. I'll drop that one in. But we know the truth. He's not a proper world champion. But he beat Shagayev in Chechnya. It's a good result. He should be the favourite. If you want to watch Sokolovsky, he'd be the favourite. He was the favourite before that. The Sokolovsky fight tipped the scales in my favour. I don't feel any pressure. There's no pressure on me because my career should have been over a long time ago. And I said to you after the Webb fight, I said, this is all a bonus. The Nebo fight in Newcastle was a bonus. The Bracamonte fight was a bonus. Saturday night's a bonus. It's all just a bonus, I expect to win Saturday. A lot of people say I'm no good. They haven't got a clue about boxing. Because if you know boxing, you know that I'm a very good boxer. Maybe a little bit undersized and not the greatest at certain things that give me a disadvantage. But to say that I don't have skill on whatever else is incorrect, and it gives me a disservice. But Saturday is my chance to prove that I'm fully fit. I'll be able to go through the gears and whatever else. Well, I'm confident. Lucas Browne, depends what he's got left. I don't know what he's got left. I genuinely don't know. If he's anywhere near his best, I'm in for a really hard night, and he should be the favourite. But we'll see. I don't want people. A lot of people are saying Lucas Browne's going to win this fight easy. if I beat him, I don't want people to say it's because he's an old man. If you think he's going to beat me, give me the credit after, you know. So we'll see. I'm confident. I'm switched on for this. You know, I'm ready for it. I know, tongue in cheek on about the Joshua fight now that Miller's out, but realistically, you know, if I'd have already beat Browne and a price horse's order, do you know what I mean? Like, I would be a realistic, viable candidate for that fight. So I know I've got to keep chipping away. And a win on Saturday puts me really close to them kind of fights for reasons for whatever reason people may disagree or agree with. It is what it is. I'm close.
This is probably the longest period of inactivity you've had since you had your time away from the ring, which is a good couple of years ago now. How do you feel that that's benefited you? I mean, after the Bracamonte fight, you were talking about wanting to fight twice more that month. You didn't.
Yeah.
You've had a long rest. Obviously, we can see the physical changes in you. But how do you feel it's affected you overall?
Well, I was meant to fight December 8th. That wasn't a possibility due to I perforated both my eardrums and I had cuts on my eyes. December 22nd, I could have boxed, but realistically, my eyelids weren't fully thinking. And I never went to get medical anyway. I don't think my ears would have passed. I don't think I would have passed fit anyway. So I took that time off. I was looking. April 13th was always on Wembley. They was going to do a Joshua at Wembley April 13th. That was always the plan. I thought I was just getting ready for then anyway. I started training a little bit after Christmas, maybe New Year. So April 13th was the original plan. I knew it would be April, so I knew I had 12, 13 weeks. So I said after New Year, I started eat. I was 20 stone Christmas. I was 20 stone dead. That's what I was, just flat on 20 stone. After the Bracamonte fight, some time I relaxed for a bit. I had 6 fights in 8 months, which is a lot really. I did 10 rounds with Yoka, 7 with Bracamonte, and then 17 rounds were enough really in that amount of time. Never mind the 4 with Webb, Nebo, Howe, and then Roy Thomas had a bad cut as well. So I had a really busy time of it. So I had a bit of time off. So after Christmas, I got back in the gym for about 3 weeks. I was down at my sister's, so I was just plodding on, running, eating better. In 3 weeks, I got down to about 19 stone. I ate really well, was running all the time. Then went back to Leeds for 3 weeks. I was putting a really good 3 weeks in, you know. I put a really good 3 weeks in. I was doing some weights and whatever else. Got down to about 18 and a half, getting fitter. I wasn't going to spar because I didn't want to spar till close to the fighting. I had a funny 4 to 5 days. I had a rough 4 to 5 days for no reason other than that's what I do now and again. So then 4 or 5 days passed and I didn't want to go back to my B&B and training in Leeds. I was really unhappy. Didn't feel I was improving, wasn't getting any better. The Browne fight had been announced by this point, and if I'd have been in Leeds, I'd have turned up to this fight 18.5 stone plus, unfit again. And I thought I can't afford to do it. This is my last chance. Lucas Browne beats me. Then it's a long way back to get to this point and whatever else. But if I'm fit and everyone can see I put the effort in, and you know it doesn't go my way, then I can come back. If I turn up to a fight again out of shape, people are going to say we're not going to watch you anymore, you know. And I knew that, so I rung Darren Barker. I said, Darren, what do you think about this Browne fight? And he said, look, this is how I see it going. I said, Darren, to be honest, I envisage it going the same way. Like, to beat him, that is what I must do, and for him not to beat me, I envisage that I have to do these things. And he said exactly the same thing. So I said, Darren, give me 3 more weeks and I'll come down, because I didn't want to go down at 18.5 stone, a little bit over, not 100% fit. So Darren, give me 3 weeks and I'll come down. Did 3 weeks, proper grafting. I was up at 5:30 every morning running to Whitney Houston. I was off. 12 o'clock I was in the gym doing my weights and S&C training. All of my own back. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, but I feel pretty strong. So, and then at night I was down at the Cantley boxing gym. What's it called? Wilby Car Community Centre in Cantley, Col Boyle. Let me use his amateur gym. I was down there with the kids on the bag, on the pads, doing whatever, you know, just enjoying it. Then 3 weeks passed. I was in a little bit of sparring. Ellis Machin, Mark Bennett, Tom Pogson. Who else did I spar, Danny, down there?
I don't know names.
Josh Quayle. A few of us, 4, 6, 8 rounds, getting my eye in, getting fitter, down to about 18.2. Then I went to see Darren, went down to Paddington, did a week there, went really well. Then I went to Liverpool, put another really good week in there. And I'm starting to get around, starting to enjoy it, starting to be around familiar faces, starting to train, and then spend time with Darren, I was down for the Fowler Fitzgerald fight, you're enjoying it, you're training, do this session, eat this shit food, then I can go and chill, I can go to the boxing, I can go to the press conference, I can do this, I can get myself about, I can enjoy it. So then I went back to London for the last 2, I had a week back at home, then I had a week down there, sparred Derek Chisora while I was at home. I've been doing all sorts, I've been training, I've been putting it in, and I know from my old man don't mess about. If I know good, he'd tell me. I've been watching a lot of my old fights back, and I know if I can do what I was doing in parts of the Bracamonte fight, if I can do that faster, sharper, and for 12 rounds continuously, I think I'm a top 20, 25 heavyweight in the world. I'm not saying I'm the best heavyweight in the world, but I can be thereabouts, 100%. All the good things I do, if I can do them continuously for 12 rounds, and do it a little bit faster and smarter. And I think that's what Darren's done. Darren's done that's the basics. I was a national average champion inside 8 fights. I won the boys clubs. I beat some really good kids. I stopped kids that are 15 and one's 15 and one is a pro now. I stopped him in my 6th amateur fight. I'm good. And I believe it again now. I believe it now. I believe it. I know I am. Lucas Browne, like I said, while I envisage, I know it's going to be hard. Like I know it is. I know he's good. I know he can box. I know he can move. I know he can punch. I know he's strong. I know he's tough. I think I'm better than him. I do believe that as well. I don't believe it. I know it. People can watch and see me fight Bracamonte, and they've seen me fight Dylan White and Ortiz, and they haven't seen it yet. But I know it's there. Darren knows it's there. Everyone who's ever seen me, all these people in boxing that know, former world champions, top coaches, they all say David Lugo does put the effort in, the talent's there. I believe it now. I've seen it myself. I've seen it in this camp sparring I've done. I know it's there. I will beat Lucas Browne, unless he chins me or outboxes me.
Let's just go back, and I know you don't want to dwell on it for too long,
Yep.
and I know we've not really even spoken about it because I know you don't really want to.
Yep.
Your period away, your kind of 4 or 5 days where you went off track, just the reasons for that, and what kind of snapped you out of it, really? What led you to getting back on the horse, so to speak?
Well, it was a Sunday afternoon, I believe, and you know what? I was having a bit of a disagreement with an ex-partner of mine over some money that I felt like it was owed, and I could feel it coming because I shaved my hair off about 2 days prior, so it was coming. You know what I mean? Like I always say, I can tell when a couple of bad days are coming because my hair comes off. So that really, and then that happened, and that sent me west. So I not go into details about what I was doing, but I was doing some silly things, and I wound up at a friend's house of mine, and another kind of ex-partner. I ended up at her house for 4 or 5 days. Didn't really leave the house for 4 or 5 days. Didn't speak to yourself. I didn't even speak to these boys for 3 or 4 days. You know what I mean? Didn't speak to anybody. And I'm just lucky it was 9 weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? 8-9 weeks ago. So it didn't really think in my training. I was just getting involved and getting started. So luckily it wasn't the last couple of weeks. And that's why I've always struggled with the camp, putting time together. Do you know what I mean? Because it's difficult. Then 4 or 5 days. Only because it's the Lucas Browne fight and how much it means. Did I think after 3 or 4 days when you start feeling a bit normal again, started to feel a bit normal, and I thought, you know what, I can go out of the house, I can leave the house now and be alright. I thought, you know what, the Lucas Browne fight, let's get back on it. I just got straight back on it. You know, I was getting older, a bit more mature, a bit wiser. So with stuff like that, I don't really worry about it now. So just know, you know what, keep it 3 or 4 days, stay in the house, don't get into any ridiculous trouble. You know, because I'm a nice man, as everyone knows. I'm a nice man, a really nice boy. But we're all capable of maniacal activity at times. So you know what? I'll just stay in the house. I keep myself to myself. Let it blow over. You know, and that sounds very casual way of describing certain mental health problems. Well, you know what? That's what I do now. I let it blow over. Let it pass the past. So that's what it is.
I think in the past you've referred to it to me as periods on the brain, which I think is actually a really good way to describe it. But yeah, appreciate you don't want to dwell on that. It's fight week. Let's put that to one side. Where does Mick Mars then fit into the training dynamic? Is he going to be in the corner on fight night? Just explain that. How has he reacted to you being around the country and working with a different trainer?
Well, me and Mick have been friends for 7-8 years now. You know, we go back a long way. Mick will be in the corner on Saturday. I've not seen Michael for. I'm fine. I won't have seen him for 8 weeks. We just had one phone call, and that's enough. When I'm your friend, I'm your friend. That's it. When he's my friend, I'm his friend. He will do the corner. I will pay him accordingly. That is that. Mick knows what's best for me is best for me. At this point in time, the friendship we've got and how long he's known me, he knows. Like, David's gonna do what David's gonna do. Like, he knows me. He knows what works. And I think Mick's a good coach. He's trained Stewie Hall from. He had a draw in his 4th fight, went to become a world champion, trained John Murray. He's trained better fighters than me, do you know what I mean? Like, and he's got them to where they want to get to. I was just a bit stale doing the same things, wasn't enjoying it, and I've got the mindset of I know best. I know what's best for me anyway. Do you know what I mean? So me and Mick are friends, and that's more important than boxing. I'm not going to fall out of him. A lot of people leave the trainer or have a disagreement with the trainer and they fall out of him as friends as well. That's not going to happen. Mick will be there doing the corner Saturday. When I beat Lucas Browne, he'll be the first man I go over and shake his hand and give him a cuddle and say, "Look, Mick, we're doing it."
Picking up there, card full up. This is like the 4th or 5th take that we've done today. But anyway, we're going to carry 6th take.
Now,
We'll carry straight on. Well, I have to repeat ourselves now. Just explain, if you can, kind of the working relationship with Darren.
all the way from the beginning.
Well, it's that question. Yeah, you do round.
Basically, me and Darren get on really well in the gym. I do what he says. I respect him. No, I'm just saying he's a former world champion at what I'm doing. Like, you were interviewing Monty at Plumbing, Danny at whatever he grows up to be better than me. I will listen and take in what they say. You know, it's all about. And for me, it's all about trainer and fighter. For me to have a trainer and respect him and do everything what they need me to do. You got to have 3 things. You got to have A. You got to respect them as a man. B. You got to like them as a man, and C. I've got to believe that they know A, more than me, B, want the best for me, you know. And Darren ticks all them boxes. Darren, for me, is a lovely, lovely man. Just a nice man. Like, you can't really say there's not a bad bone in him. The fact he's been a world champion confuses me in a sport such as boxing. Do you know what I mean? Because he's that nice. Hopefully, he don't watch this, but he's just a nice, decent fella. He doesn't need financially. He said to me, like, I'll train you like this fight. I don't want anything out of you. I don't want any money. I'm doing it because he wants to do it. He enjoys it. That's what he says. I'll try and give him a few quid, obviously. If you don't want to take it, you don't want to take it, does he?
Danny will take it.
Fucking hell, will he? Greedy cunt. Shut up. Shut up. Don't make me say it. Yeah, so there's 2 boxes ticked. 3, he was a world champion in the sport I'm doing. So I've got to A, know that he knows more than me, and B, he knows more than most, you know. It's gone really well. I've just really enjoyed it, you know. Really enjoyed it. And that's not a slight on anyone who'd ever trained me before or whatever else, but sometimes a change is just what's needed, you know. I feel reinvigorated. I'm an old pro, really. I've had 22 fights, been pro 6.5 years. It's crazy to think my first amateur fight was only 8 years ago, but I've been a pro for 6.5. Been a long process. I've learnt on the game. Saturday night is the night where I go from. Someone called me a journeyman yesterday. Journeyman's main event near 2. I didn't like that. I'm not a fucking journeyman, but you know what I mean. An opponent at times. You don't fight Dylan White and Luis Ortiz if you're a journeyman or Tony Oka. You don't. You do that if you're an opponent. Saturday night's where I go from plucky opponent to unpopular D-level heavyweight. I can go to beating Lucas Browne probably on paper puts me top 15, 20. Realistically puts me top 50, I think.
How's fight week been different as the top of the bill? I've spoken to you throughout the week, and you're always doing this. You're doing Sky. You're doing Talksport. Everybody, you know, you're doing various different things. How has that been different to what you usually do? Not that you don't always get requests to do stuff, because you do, but you are the headline. You are the main event. Is that different? Does that bring with it any different kind of obstacles in fight week?
Yeah, the last 4 or 5 weeks have been mental. I've been doing boxing press. I've been doing national press for the papers, Sky Sports News. Like I've done everything you can think of. Every day's been flat out. I've been doing 3 hours in the gym a day, and I'm probably doing 3 hours of filming every day. It's been crazy. And people say, Dave, you love the camera, and I say, no, the camera loves me. But I'm tired. I'll be glad. I can't wait for Sunday. I'm really excited for it. I don't mind doing interviews because I can gabber on a bit, like I can talk and that. But I'm ready for Sunday. You know, I wish it was Saturday night now. I wish I was fighting now. I want to put it all in, see where everything lands and lies, and disappear for a week or two. You know, and just get me head down. I've got a little trip away plan after the fight at some point. He's back in the gym. Danny Rowe's back in the gym. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to going out for the day plumbing with Monty. Looking forward to going to KFC and sitting there and eating it and not have anyone crying that I'm eating KFC. Looking forward to getting back to being a normal human being again, because people can say you're Dave Allen from Doncaster, and I always say I'm only Dave Allen from Doncaster, but these last few weeks have been absolutely mental. I can't go anywhere, which is great, but I'm tired. You know, I couldn't imagine being Anthony Joshua, although I bet he shags all the birds, like all them kind of top sportsmen. But it's amazing, I guess.
Done all this media, you haven't done the podcast.
No, I've been busy, mate. I've been doing the media, nationwide media. I've been doing the Daily Mirror, doing the Telegraph, doing the Independent. I won't do the Mail, and I won't do the Sun, and I won't do the Star.
And you won't do the Boxing Social podcast.
I can't at the minute. I'm busy avoiding.
It's alright, the last one with Coogan did better anyway.
I'm busy avoiding the Daily Mail and the Sun at the moment.
Why?
I don't believe in. I would never ever speak to the Sun, and I would refuse even more so to speak to the Daily Mail.
Why?
Just on my beliefs, my personal beliefs. I will never speak religion. I will never speak politics. On Twitter, on anything to anybody, because that's your thing. I don't need to get involved in it. I've got my beliefs, they've got theirs. Daily Mail and the Sun, especially the Daily Mail. No, on my beliefs. You know, if you read the Daily Mail, you look like a Daily Mail reader.
do I?
And you sound like one as well. But that'd be your business. I don't care what anyone does. I don't care what anyone practices or what anyone preaches. Your business, not mine. But that's my beliefs.
Just for the record, I don't read the Daily Mail or any other newspaper, to be fair.
I'll have Monty barricaded over fucking
Moving away from Saturday night, I know you did some sparring with Derek Shaw. It's quite uncommon for two guys who could well fight each other soon to spar. It could quite conceivably be the next fight for you after this.
Me and Chisora aren't going to box. I would box him. He won't box me. Not because he's scared of me, obviously, because why do I want to fight Dave Allen? If he beats Gash, he can fight Usyk, I believe, or Usyk Takan winner, or Parker. You don't want to fight Dave Allen. There's no point. We sparred. He will know I'm a handful. He will know if I turn up in the ring and keep fit and improve on the Brown fight. He'll have his hands full with me. Like, he'll have a real hand. He'll have both hands full with me. So why would he want to fight me? He's way above me. You know what I mean? He's Derek Chisora. I'm not a Derek Chisora fan. I don't want to see Derek Chisora fight Dave Allen either. I want to see him fight the best he can fight. He is near the twilight period of his career. I want to see him fight Usyk or Takam or Parker. The big fights for him. So the Price fight is next for the winner of me and Brown. I think. Well, obviously it depends financially. I'm not just going to blindly agree to boxing Price. The money is right, and the British title is still knocking about, and nobody wants to box each other for it. Then absolutely we'll box. I'll probably box Price. Price is the front runner for the winner of me and Brown. Brown has to box him because he's contracted to. Silly boy. You don't get contracted into them things, do it? You know, but we'll see. It looks like Price next for me if I win. But we'll see.
I was at the fight in Liverpool and did speak to you very briefly, but we didn't actually speak about the Price-Ali fight. I know you know Cash Ali very well. I know you know David Price well. Thoughts?
I was really upset for Cash. I went to see him after and I said to him, you're a silly boy, you know. I said, that was one of the most stupid things I've ever seen. I've known since we were kids, and Cash is the nicest man I've ever seen. And that week I said to him, you've let yourself down this week. The press conference, you let yourself down, that's not you. Cash is one of the quietest, mildest mannered, politest people I've ever met, you know, and his brother's the same. I felt like he let himself down. Saturday night he let himself down. I was upset, I was disappointed, I was upset for him. He's my friend. I wanted to beat David Price, even though me fighting David Price is worth a lot of money to me. I wanted to see Cash win and kick on and do something with his career. Been a pro 7 years and probably not made a penny out of the game. So it was sad. David Price was knackered. I was on the front row with Eddie watching it. I was literally 5 yards away. He was gone. David Price was gone. It's a shame for Cash. But you know what, David Price at the press conference, I listened to him and I thought, you're a really smart man, David Price. He's a smart fella, nice fella. He's nobody's fool, you know what I mean. He's made a fantastic living out of boxing, and really, he's there for the beating. You know what I mean. And I thought Cash would have beat him. If Cash wouldn't have beat him, took his time, got up, carried on boxing, he would have beat David Price, for my money. I fancy the David Price fight. I think he's made for me. I'm not going to say anything bad about him because I like him. And you know, even the he's an Olympic bronze medalist in British, Commonwealth and whatever else he's won. But at this point in his career, I think the Browne fight was a harder fight. You know, beat Browne. Very confident of beating Price.
Now, we've woken up this morning to news from, well, I don't know, it broke in America about Gerald Miller has reportedly failed a VADA test. Just your thoughts on that. I know drug cheats, certainly, well, they're not anybody's cup of tea, but certainly you more than anybody or more than most people have a specific gripe with them. Just your thoughts.
It's difficult because I understand the people on Twitter say, well, you're boxing Lucas Browne who's failed a few. Tony Yoka obviously had his ban. Ortiz. William White had the ban. Laurie Alabama, well, you know, I boxed. I think I calculated 6 or 7 I've boxed, and 3 beat me. So it's difficult because you know Lucas Browne obviously said, oh, I wasn't doing this, and Dylan White was an over the counter thing, and Luis Ortiz blood pressure, and Tony Yoka didn't fail, and he just didn't turn up. I'm more surprised when all these top heavyweights are passing him. You know, people say to me, "Oh, you look a bit fleshy, you're a bit soft." Yeah, I ain't taking fucking drugs. Look at all the others out there. You know, I know Tebbutt failed one, he looked like shit, but I'll tell you this now. I'm rated. I think I was rated 38 at one. Rated 38 on BoxRec. I don't know for a fact, but I would be very surprised if I'm not a top 10 clean heavyweight in the world. Of the 37 above me, I bet at least 15, 20 of them have failed the test somewhere down the line. Char, Ortiz, Yoka, Povetkin, Molina. I'm sure if we got the list of how many have failed them. So Miller failing the test, does it surprise me that a 23 stone man who's known for his work rate and fucking punch output and all this failed the test for something to help his stamina and endurance? Not at all. Doesn't shock me at all. The only thing that shocks me is that more aren't getting caught. It's rife in every sport. Football, athletics, American football, basketball. Even looking at the water there, sports like rowing. Rife. I'm not shocked by it. And people say, well, you're boxing Lucas Browne, oh, well, you can't complain about it. Well, if I box people that weren't drug cheats, who am I going to fight? Who's realistically my next fight going to be? Who's it going to be? Me and David Price would be having trilogy for the undisputed heavyweight title of the world. Everyone's at it. They're all at it. But what do you want me to do about it? I'm clean. Don't get on to me about it. I want to make a living, and I'm fighting them. So you don't have a go at me. I'm getting damaged by these men who are cheating. But I've got to do it.
Now, obviously, I don't want to put words in your mouth. But it seems to me, and we've spoken about this very briefly off camera, there seems to be a ceiling, and again, I'm not naming any names, and you've not named any names, but like, can you win a world heavyweight title, do you think, in the current mix clean?
I don't believe so. I don't believe... Well, it's difficult to say that, because in saying that, I'm therefore... With me saying that's indicative of me saying that the current champions are drug cheats, and I'm not saying.
Yeah, just to avoid any kind of. We're not saying that, but what I'm kind of saying is, it seems to me like the higher up you go, the more. I mean, for example, Gerald Miller is boxing for 3 world heavyweight titles, and he's failed a test. So
what I'm saying is this: a 6'3", 230-pound natural man can't, and that's what I am. I don't see if I win a world title in 5 years, this video will get replayed. Saying, "Oh God, he must put something." But it's hard. Look at the how am I going to be a 6'7", 18.5 stone Anthony Joshua at 6'3", 230? It's a very hard ask, isn't it? And I'm not naming no names, but they're all at it. Not just heavyweights, all of them. They're all at it. I know it. You know it. Everyone involved in boxing knows it. I've never ever took a drug in my life. Never will. But they're all at it. What do you want me to do about it? This is my job. I'm gonna do quit boxing on a matter of principle. I can't. I can't. So, yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. What they're gonna do? They flush Miller out now by the looks of things. They flush him out and they'll come back in 2 years anyway. But they've already had all that. They've already got the fruits of that anyway. So it's difficult now with Browne. People say, well, are you worried he's going to fail the test again for this fight? And I say no, but really and truly, yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, it does cross my mind. Mate, he's been in Australia for 10 weeks. What's he been doing for the last 10 weeks? He's not been tested. I've been tested. No one's even been in touch from a drug testing place. So yeah, it does worry you, but there's not much I can do about it really.
So you've not been tested for this fight?
I've not been tested. No one's even been in touch regarding any kind of testing. I believe they'll be testing on the night, but that's it. I'd be open to be tested every day of the year, like on my opponent. Ideally, me and Browne would have been tested every day, a couple of days for the last 12 weeks. Ideally, but the sad truth of it is we're not a big enough fight for that to happen. So I have to put my trust in him and his team to do the right thing.
What do you think can be done? I mean, you've kind of alluded to it there, that you don't really know, and neither do I. I think you make a good point with, do you kind of quit on a principle, or like for me as a boxing fan, do I stop watching because I'm not? I think you get to a point where, I mean, it's obvious in your case because you are fighting somebody with a doping conviction in the past, but you get to a point where you kind of have to be, I think, blissfully ignorant is a way that I like to kind of put it into terms. You can't, with the greatest of respect, I'm not shocked when fighters fail drugs tests, as I'm sure you're not. So what can be done? Is there anything that can be done?
Well, what happens is this is what's going to. I know what's going to happen. We will do something when someone dies at the hands of a drug cheat. That is when something will happen, and not till then. Nothing will happen till then. We'll continue to have 2-year bans. We'll continue to, all this bullshit will continue to happen. I told you the only drug I've ever taken is a Viagra. I've had a few of them. Massive drug. Yeah, like I have had a Viagra. I've had a few of them. They don't do it for me. But yeah, you're not gonna till someone dies at the hands of a drug cheat, and it will happen. It will happen. It's a matter of time. Then we'll do something about it. Then we'll go, oh God, we need to ban them for life. That's it. Ban them for life. And in the period of time where this drug can have been in the system, take all the money back off him. And I guarantee someone try to take my money, if I've already spent it, I'll be fucked. And 99% of the rest of them would be as well. But we've been here before. It is going to take something like that happening for him to clamp down on it. If I was in charge of the world or in charge of a boxing organisation, as soon as someone fails it, that's it, son. You're done. You're there That's it. There is no tomorrow for you now. Especially for certain kind of drugs. Get done for these I'm not a scientific expert, but like if you're done for anabolic steroid or EPO or blood doping or a human growth hormone or this thing that Miller's on, I read about it, that helps your endurance, they got to get them out. A 2-year ban is nothing. 6-month ban. They can look at a 6-month ban. He has 6 months off between fights anyway. They're not taking the money off them. The previous earnings. They don't. The people who are at the top of the sport don't care. They don't care. I'm not at the bottom anymore, but I'm not at the top. I'm somewhere in the middle. They don't care about me. I've not been drug tested for this fight at all. It's ridiculous. I'm very happy I made event in the O2. But if you ask me the truth, am I pissed off that no one's been in touch about drug testing for the last 12 weeks? Yeah. We spoke about it 12 weeks ago. You said to me, like, what's happening? I said, well, I don't know, Rob. I assume someone will be in touch soon. Weeks go by, you get busy. You don't get any thought. Before you know it, you sat in the Intercontinental 3 days before the fight thinking, yeah, I've not been tested actually. Oh, God. Then you have to sit and hope that your opponent's clean. Not saying Lucas Browne, whatever it would be. You have to sit and hope. I boxed through cheats, and I know I boxed one when I know for a fact it was chock-up lock on the gear. And I know what that night did to me. It ruined my life for about 6 months. So, I don't know. I'm not sat patiently waiting. I'm sat waiting for that one fight, that one night where something goes horrifically wrong, and that's when they'll be sorry, and that's when they'll start doing things about it.
What do you see going on with the Joshua situation? Obviously, it's very, very early in the day. The news only broke this morning, but what can you see happening? There's a lot of rumours. Manuel Charr, Luis Ortiz, which I think is quite ironic, to go into to replace Gerald Miller, as is Manuel Charr. What are your thoughts on it?
I think Manuel Charr's a smokescreen. I think they're using Manuel Charr so when they come in with someone else, it looks better. There's only 3 fighters they can fight: Pulev, Ortiz, or Kaunaki. It's one of the 3.
I doubt it would be Pulev because he had that cut, so that's unlikely.
They're the only 3 opponents he can box for me. Who else is he going to fight? Michael Hunter. You can't fight Michael Hunter. He had a good win with... Well, Bacoli never beat anybody till he beat Marius Vac. That's a good win. But before that, beating him doesn't get you a unified heavyweight championship of the world fight, and neither does beating Yusuf at this stage. Can't be Michael Hunter. I'd be really surprised. Michael Hunter's really good. I don't want to fight you, Michael, or nothing. But he hasn't earned the shot. And he wouldn't. I don't think he'd go over the American public. Kaunaki would sell, and there's a handful, and we'd watch it. It's not great, but you'd have to say, all right. You have to say to Eddie, all right, fair enough, Eddie. It's been unfortunate what's happened. It's not, and you have to say it's not Joshua's fault or Eddie's fault or whoever else's fault. It's Gerald Miller's fault. So Kaunaki you'd be happy with. Pulev, like I said, the cut. I'd be happy with Pulev. Pulev for me would be my number 1 choice. Or Ortiz, and again, Ortiz is I just sit me and you just have to shrug your shoulders and go, oh well, boxing, but I think he'll box Kaunaki. That's the fight that makes. That's what I would like him to fight Pulev, then Ortiz, then Kaunaki. But I anticipate it's Kaunaki. It just makes sense in it all. You look at all angles. The Kaunaki fight is the one that makes most sense.
I see Sam Jones tweet about Joe Joyce versus Anthony Joshua.
He's not going to fight Joe Joyce. Why would he fight Joe Joyce? It makes no sense. Joe Joyce has not earned a world title shot. The same when people say that I've not earned a British title shot. And I would say, Joe Joyce has not earned a world title shot. Who's he beat? Lenroy Thomas. Who's he beat? Lenroy fucking Thomas. He's shite. He hasn't earned a world title shot in a million years. And why would it happen in America? I can understand everyone putting their name forward. I put my name forward as well. Why wouldn't you? You can't knock him. Get Joe a bit of publicity as well and whatever else, but it's not going to happen. Dylan White's not going to happen. Why would the 3 biggest names in British boxing box each other in New York? That makes sense. It's never going to happen. He wanted a 14-week camp. He's not going to take it on 5-week notice. It'll be Kaunaki. He's cheap. He's cheaper than everyone else as well. Ortiz is probably pretty cheap as well, actually. He only got 30 years left for the average age expectancy as well. Don't need that much money to live on, does he? But I don't know. The Miller fight never excited me anyway, so I'm not really asked. I won't get up at 4 o'clock to watch him anyway.
Final word on the heavyweights. We mentioned Joe Joyce. Do you think Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois are going to fight each other?
I don't think they will. I wish they would. It'd be great, wouldn't it?
It'd be a great fight.
Joe Joyce is really good. He'll be a top 10 heavyweight, for definite. I don't envisage him beating Joshua or Fury or Wilder. I just don't. I think he's a nice fella and I think he's a good fighter. I think he'll be a solid top 10 man. He doesn't got this to get to the very top. Like I said, I could be a top 20, 25 heavyweight, I believe. I think Joe can be top 10 because he's naturally a lot bigger than me. But he's missing that speed. I think he needs a bit of speed. Look at Fury, Wilder and Joshua, they're fast. They're all strong and fit, and Wilder aside, fundamentally sound. Joe hasn't got the speed to be a top 10 man, I don't think. But I'll tell you something, he'll give anyone an hard night's work, Joe Joyce. I like him. That's not a slight. Saying someone's a top 10 man's not a slight on him. I don't think him and Dubois will happen. Because if it were, they wouldn't be saying they'll fight me and Chisora. Joyce would eat Dubois at the minute. He'd eat him. Take him to deep water and drown him, I think.
That fight that interests you at all? The Dubois fight? I know it's been offered. Not now, but it's been offered in the past.
Literally with me, as you know, if it makes sense, I'll do it. I'm not scared of fighting. People say, "Are you scared of fighting Dubois?" I boxed Lucas Ortiz and Dylan White and Tony Oka. All three of them are better than Dubois now. I think Dubois will. If you give me 2-1 and I'm becoming a world champion one day, I'd be all over it. I think he's going to be exceptional. You know, for 21, he's not scared of him though. Do I think I'd beat him? I'd have to say yeah. I do believe I would. Right now, 3 or 4 years time, he'd probably chin me. But will I box him? Absolutely, yeah. Put the money up, make it interesting. Then I'll box him tomorrow. I'll box him now. Bring him in here now. Because I'd do him in here. This small space. Miles too strong for him. You know. So will I box him? I don't think it will happen. Beat Lucas Browne. I'm not looking to fight Daniel Dubois. I'm looking to fight David Price and let me get in that back door to something big. You know. I'm a bit smarter now. 2 years ago, yeah, fucking hell, he wants to box me, does he? Fuck him. What, 10 grand? Yeah, fuck it. 5 grand. You know? So, will I box him? Yeah, of course I'll fucking box him. I'm not scared of him. I'm not scared of anybody. But does it make sense? Probably not. So it probably won't happen. A bit smarter these days. I listen to people that know better than me.
You're maturing. Final word before we go. I know you've been very active. A few things to say on Twitter about Anthony Yarde and Tunde Ajayi.
Oh, God.
I can't see you when you lie down like that. That's better. That's slightly less racy as well.
Yeah.
Just your thoughts on the whole Kovalev-Yarde situation.
Anthony Yarde, yeah, like, I think he's good. I don't know how good he is, like, he must be good. I don't know him as a fella, like, I don't like the handshaking business. It's not for me. It's not a bit of me. You know, me and Danny, we're not really handshakers where we're from, are we? Well, we're handshakers. I'm an handshaker. I'm a fucking solid, give me your hand and let me shake it. You know? I think he's good. I think he's talented. Tunde, like, I've seen him on Twitter, like, it just turns me off. It really turns me off the way he talks. It's about the fight. It's got to be all about the fighter. I'm fighting now, like, it's me. This is me. This is my time. I'm not saying that because I want all the attention. I'm saying this is me. I'm the fighter. Like, I'm getting in the ring. Like, it's me. I feel like Tunde is trying to live his, he's trying to live through Anthony Yarde. Would I like Anthony Yarde to beat Kovalev? No, I don't think so. Couldn't bear to listen. Like, the stuff I'm seeing on Twitter today, it really turns me off. Like, Anthony Yarde, like, I seen that interview, like, he seems alright, like, he's very different to me. You know, I'm a proper Yorkshire bloke, no messing about. Like I said, shake your hand, hey up mate, alright. It's just very different to me. I don't dislike him for it. It's just different to me. I don't dislike Tunde Ajayi. I don't know him to dislike him. I just don't like the way he carries off. I hope he takes the Kovalev. If he takes the Kovalev fight, I will congratulate. You have to congratulate him. I said, well, there you go, fantastic. If he beats Kovalev, brilliant. I just don't like the way Tunde carries off. Never met him. Don't know him. Don't know me. He might not even know who I am. You know, it's one of them. I think Kovalev knocks him out anyway. I think it's too early. He hasn't boxed anybody. It's a big step up. Apparently, he doesn't even spar. But I don't know. It's just one of them, innit? I've seen him argue with Matthew Macklin and saying my fight is better, more exciting than you and Carl Frampton. And you just think, it just turns you off, doesn't it? And it turns me off Anthony Yarde. Like, I want to see Anthony Yarde get beat because of that. I don't even know Anthony Yarde. I don't think it. Apart from the man shakes, I don't really dislike him. The man shakes, I'm not a big fan of all that shit, but it's a shame really, because he is good. And who knows how, if he beats Kovalev, you know what I said to him the other day. I never say I want him to beat him, because my opinion on the fight or who I want to win ain't gonna make anybody win, so it don't even matter. Who I want to win is the winner, because that's the best fighter. So we'll see.
Okay, well, I think that's probably about it. It took us a good 6 or 7 times to get there, but I think we're there. Show Poseidon Plumbing once more.
I'll go through all of them actually.
Okay, go through all of them. No problem.
We'll start with
Go on.
core. Additive Technologies. Lee will be here soon. He'll be downstairs probably waiting for us. Front End Lab. Ben Solly. Mr. Solly, as the kids know him at school. Yep. They was with me years ago. They come back on the team. Younger. I can't read. Younger Smith Limited. Plumbing and heating. I love a plumber. Gotta love a plumber. VIP45 Ty Belford on Instagram. Last but not least, Poseidon Plumbing Yorkshire, the number one plumbing company in Yorkshire. I won't have my taps done by anyone else. I just wouldn't. I just would not at all. The most contracted firm in the Doncaster area. Unbelievable work on the pipes and the valves. Unbelievable. Never seen anything like it. Also, one that's not in here, who's been for a long time, my friend Tom, Tyler Durden, two others. And then on the waistband, we have the Mind for Better Mental Health, the Mind organisation, the mental health organisation. We've got that on the front. Yeah, you know, Danny's here. Danny Morel Monty are here for fight week. Sorry, yeah. So you know, I'm not going to say anything about Danny or anything like that, even though I'd like to. That's your cans there. You know what that reminds me of.
Okay, picking it up there. Customary now at the end of our interviews before you fight to send a message to your adoring fan base. So the floor is all yours.
This is an open message from me to everyone watching. I'm David Allen. I'm from Conisborough in Doncaster, South Yorkshire. A little bit about me that people may already know. I was brought up in a council house in Doncaster. I wasn't really headed anywhere in life. Even as a professional fighter, I was never really destined to go anywhere. I was down and out. I've been a gambling addict. I've been a manic depressant. I've been all sorts, you know. I've been everything. I've been the lowest of the low. Saturday night though, we headline the O2. We fight an Australian former WBA regular world title holder. We fight him at the O2 as the main event. We go in there as the main event, the same as other fighters like Anthony Joshua, David Hay, Tony Bellew, the biggest names in British boxing at the moment, in the past. I'm very proud. I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful. I never thought I would be in this position. I never thought I would be in the position where I could send this message to people. This message from me to everyone watching is, look where I was at certain times in my life. Look at where I started out. Look at where I've been. And then look at me now. We're going to headline the O2. We're going to... anything is possible. If David Allen can headline the O2, you can do whatever you want to do. Headlining the O2 wasn't a dream. It was an impossible. It was just an impossible figment of my imagination. But we're here. We're 3 days away. So a massive thank you to everyone. This is happening. It's actually happening, and I'm here. And I'm not here to take part. I'm here to win, and I will win, and we will win. I firmly believe we will win. This is about we. Me and you watching. If you don't like me, this is not you. Fuck off. Turn off now. But if you support me, and you have supported me, and you supported me Saturday night, this is for us. This is for all of us. And we're going all the way.
Dave Allen, as always, it's a pleasure. Thanks very much for speaking to Boxing Social. Let's go and get some food.
Yes.